Okay, we are live with Toaru Podcast number 15. And today we have a special guest, Othinus, who has his own YouTube channel. Would you like to introduce yourself, Othinus?
Hello, thanks for having me here today. I'm Othinus. I make videos about, Call of Duty and Omniverse battles when I yell at my screen very, very, very loudly. And people like that. And they laugh. So that's what I do. And then I still don't understand how these guys found me, but fuck it, here we are. Here we are. Yeah.
I think I just get recommended every Toaru video that is made on my Emerald channel.
Yeah. That's basically about it. I just I'm not a power scaler, so stop asking me to debate you. I don't give a fuck about all your scalings. I don't care. So stop asking me. Parody, comedy. That's it. So annoying when people ask me to debate them. But yeah, man, no, that's me, bro. I just I talk shit. And yeah, that's about it, man.
Nice. Well, as a bit of a opening question, I guess how'd you just get into Toaru, and then from that, how did you get into like versus battles?
So when I was younger, I really it's gonna sound really weird, but when I was younger, I was really bored. So I went on my computer and I was looking for something new to watch because like at the time when 2008-ish, like there wasn't really a lot of good animes coming out. So like personally what I did, I would just waste my time like going on anime websites like Kiss Anime back in the day and just trying to find like animes to watch. And then I eventually got to Toaru and I'm like, oh, this looks pretty interesting. And I watched it. And then I got to the Accelerator arc with the Sisters arc with Makoto and all that shit. And I was like, yep, this is it. This man right here, Accelerator. Yeah, this dude. Yeah, I'm going to forever love this guy. And from there, I just kept watching it. And yeah. And then I got to the light novels.
Very good stuff.
Simple as that. Before we move on to your next question, what about you? How did you guys get into Toaru? I don't know if you guys have already said this before, but I would like to know personally.
Yeah.
You can go first, Malcolm.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I usually reiterate it roughly every episode. I got into it about the same time you did. The only reason I watched it was because I wanted to know why the nun was wearing a white habit.
All right.
So I watched it. I digged it because like espers are cool. I was in it for the espers early on because like not really a lot of anime use espers at the time, at least. I really liked it, so I kept following it. Like this was 2008, and eventually, like I found out that it was based off a light novel because I was reading. I would read the manga, like the very early translation of the manga. So like the terminology, a lot of it changed since then. Like they didn't call it Academy City; it was like Gakusei whatever city word.
Gaku and Toshi.
Gaku and Toshi. But yeah, it was really different. But like through the manga, I found like the forums where everybody would talk about it. And so I got into the novels at the end of OT 22 because I saw that people were like debating, oh my gosh, is Toma dead? Is he gonna come back in like a sequel series? And like that was a cool time because it was like, oh my gosh, is Toma actually dead? So I like read the books real fast and caught up to those, which I guess that was probably around 2010. It's whenever OT finished.
Okay. Quickly before you move on, when you said espers and how that got you into Toaru, I'm right there with you just because I really like, first of all, the power system of Toaru. I feel like that's probably one of the best power systems to ever be like created. And of course, vector manipulation and dark matter, two of the most unique abilities in all of anime. I just love that stuff personally.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's so unique, so different. And that's just why another reason why I got into Toaru.
Most definitely. Yeah, I thought the powers were really original. And then like whenever I wasn't like too into the magic until I read the books and I sort of like got a better grasp of how the anime or like how Index covered like used magic as a series, and I was like, oh wait, this is actually super sick and like really in depth and well studied. So
yeah, for some reason, Toaru's power system is never mentioned when people talk about the best power systems in anime. Everyone always just goes to like the default answer of Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if people pronounce the X or not.
yeah,
But I don't know why Toaru's never in the discussion. Well, I guess I do know why it's never in the discussion because people haven't seen it or read it.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, so that's basically my origin stories. I was just always here. I never like beyond like the manga forums, which slowly sort of died off as the series sort of went into a long hiatus. Like after that, I sort of like disappeared from the public fandom because there wasn't really a public fandom until like I don't know when it really sort of like took off. But it was, I don't know, I just sort of like realized that there was a fandom all of a sudden that was actually decently active and sort of joined in. I found the Toaru Amino is whenever I got involved with the fandom, which I actually discovered through Aeon's channel.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I guess to talk about how I got into it, it's not really that interesting. It wasn't even that long ago. I got into the series as Index 3 had just started airing. And I was told, so the reason I was interested in it is because I was told that Railgun was a slice of life, and I liked slice of life a lot, and I liked the promo art. And so I was still told you have to watch Index before you watch Railgun. And so my ultimate goal was really just to get to Railgun, as weird as that sounds. But then I ended up loving Index. And then I just like, it's a series that, call it nerdy, but I have thought about it like every day since. And yeah, I didn't actually start reading the light novels, and I definitely wasn't even active in the community at all until probably like a year ago when I started making videos about it.
Awesome. That's really cool. It's really cool to see people come into the Index fan base, even if it's like when the anime's at its worst time, because Index 3 was just an abomination. But it's still good to have people come in to the fan base around. But Index, God, I just love Index so much. It's so good.
Love the passion.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I go through my origin story?
Please.
Go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've already said it on the previous podcast episodes, but sadly it's not as interesting or as funny as the guy who got into Index because of the Ori-Emo spin-off, or collaboration, I should say.
Yeah.
That shout out to Seven Eves. There you go. But I got into it because I was in this anime group on Facebook when I was like, I don't know, 16, 17. And I knew about the character Accelerator, but I didn't really know anything about him other than he looked cool and he had like an OP ability or something. And yeah, I was just like curious to like check it out. I was like, where can I watch this series? Like, I want to know where this character is from. I feel like most like fans got into it because of Accelerator, at least, or at least a good portion of them. So my origin story isn't like amazing or unique or anything, but yeah, that's how I got into it. But there's one guy on like Facebook who like recommended it me to like personally. So shout out to that guy, because here I am many years later still talking about it. So I guess he did something right.
That man created the biggest Toaru channel on the platform.
Bro, like
yeah. I mean,
like seriously,
so few of them.
That's
I
awesome.
saw a Japanese person even like noticed you.
Yeah. I mean, they have done it in the past, but yeah, I mean, I saw recently there's a Japanese Twitter user who mentioned me, like this overseas Toaru creator, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like nice to scroll down to in the morning. But yeah. I mean, there's so few Toaru YouTubers. I mean, we've got 2 of them right here. But yeah, I think that's like how we just. Yeah, I think that's how we discovered each other's content because there's so few of us. But at the same time, I feel like it's a small community, but I feel like it's a growing one, and it's only going to improve here on out as long as we keep pushing out videos. I'm sure more people will discover the series and get into it thanks to us. So that's always a great thing because we obviously care about the series a lot.
Most definitely. Like all I'm saying, man, I can't wait for you guys to see my next video because I have a feeling you guys are really gonna like it, considering who's going to be in it. Of course, I don't want to say who it is yet, but I got a feeling you guys might like it. Since you guys like Toaru.
You're in it. Smash the bell.
Smash the bell.
Hit the bell.
Yes, sir.
Well,
exactly.
I guess to talk more about like you say you don't call it power scaling, you call it like the versus side of the community, but I had always kind of conflated the two. I kind of just assumed that versus battles were essentially the same kind of thing as power scaling, but I guess I was wrong about that. So how did you get into like wanting to do versus battles, and what's it been like in being involved in that sort of community?
So the first thing is I got into anime verse battles because honestly, me and my friends back in the day, actually just even more recently too, like me and my friends always talk about putting 2 anime characters up against one another. Do you guys know the anime Shaman King?
Yes,
of course.
Yeah. I'm really happy you guys know that. But my friend is a huge fan of Hao from Shaman King. He loves Hao. It's like his accelerator. Like if he was a Toaru fan, like you know what I mean. Like he just loves him so much. And this dude's got a ton of hacks and abilities and all that stuff, and he just loved it. Like he just loved trying to like beat my character, which I used at the time was accelerator because I like accelerator. And we just go back and forth between their hacks and abilities and who would just win. And then I was like, man, I should just make this into like an actual YouTube thing. And he was like, yeah, why not? I mean, like you're not doing anything else. I'm like, okay. And that's where we went. Then the first video was a Goku versus Accelerator video. And yeah, that's how we got into the whole entire verse battles of YouTube. I still don't consider myself a power scaler. I don't like scaling. And I want to make this kind of clear because like I feel like there's a misconception of like what I like to do. Verse battles is something I really, really do like doing because it's fun. It's hilarious. I also like making fun of people and fan bases, like the Goku fan base. They're all stupid, but like it's just saying
Shots
one
fired.
character outscales another is so fucking stupid. Like you're telling me I should care about where your character scales to outer boundless. I don't care. Like I just don't give a shit. So like it's like when you say one character outscales another and you say that for a verse battle, it's just really boring because like it's just irrelevant. I like having 2 people like say 2 people on a regular battlefield. They have like their given hacks from their series and they just fucking fight each other. Who would win in that situation, that scenario? That's what I like doing. That's where I like to come from. That's what I think the difference is between just regular verse battles and like actually scaling. For example, like I don't want to get too much into this, but like let's say we talk about the hidden phase, which is which survived Othinus's Gungnir of when she just destroyed everything. And like you could scale that to whatever you want to scale that to. But you know what I mean? Like I'm not about that. I don't. Yeah. I'm not about that.
Yeah, I get that. Like I've always felt like the whole sort of like these pre-created scales that people use with like street level, city level, like just keeps going up from there. Just it always felt like half the time it's not really relevant because like we're sort of at this point in fiction where everybody's using like very hacksy powers. And a lot of the time it's more like rock, paper, scissors than it is like actually scaling to each other.
And see, that's the reason why like I don't want to be a part of that like at all. I just like to just make fun of fan bases and talk about anime characters. When it gets to the scaling, it's like the domino effect. When you say one thing else will happen, and then it'll lead to this whole entire like argument, I guess, of where someone scales, and I just don't give a shit about that. But that's just me though.
Yeah. There's also always like the issue of like these one-off times whenever characters do like a crazy stunt, but then they like never recreate it, or they like it's like clear it shouldn't have happened, but like in scaling it always seems like, oh, here's this one-off situation, they did this thing, that means they are this level, and it's like it doesn't really make sense within the existence. Like I mentioned the other day, like Luffy from One Piece will dodge a light speed attack, but then like constantly gets hit by much slower attacks throughout the rest of the series. And it's like, but he dodged the light speed attack once, which means he's faster than light. And it's just like, it doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. Just the only
kind of same with JoJo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, man. The only thing everyone needs to know is that One Piece fucking sucks. That's all I need to say, bro. I'm just spitting facts. But sorry. Continue what you were saying.
I think some people just assume. I think they overestimate how much thought an author really puts into power scaling their own characters and the consistency of it all. Because frankly, I don't think Cosmic Kamachi is really all that concerned with how every single character he's ever written scales. Yeah, it feels like whenever somebody like goes too serious in their writing with scaling, it usually comes at the detriment of the story.
It's true.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I think when it comes down to like the lore, when it's like clearly Iwaz is stronger than, let's say, Biagio, even though Biagio is the solo god and I'm representing him right now, I have to be legit. I have to be serious. Like, come on. So yeah, in terms of like the lore, that's what I'm more focused on. Like, when it comes to like magic god characters or something like that, obviously they're not going to lose to like Agnese or whoever. But I feel like when it comes to just like the ridiculous amounts of scaling that can be done with a series, and when it can be quite inconsistent as well, and also knowing like, okay, Iwaz is supposed to be really strong, he's supposed to be able to overpower all true magic gods at once, as stated in one volume, and yet he's like nowhere near like demonstrated that level of power. So it's especially with like Toaru, a lot of it is so ambiguous about how strong these characters actually are at peak, that it's that's why like when I made like my top 10 strongest index character list, I literally said like ranks 5 to 1 can be all interchangeable, like depending on how you interpret it and how you interpret the feats and everything. And yet I still see people on Discord like taking that list as like, oh, Aeon thinks Anna is stronger than the true magic gods, and I'm like, bro, no, if you actually watch the video, you would know I don't exactly explicitly say that. I'm saying that she potentially is, but we haven't seen enough from her to determine that at all. So that's why I don't like the most, because I've dabbled a bit in that kind of stuff, but I don't like when people take my words or what I say out of context, and that's always annoying.
There's also just like contradicting like information, like in the second novel or arc, why did Areolus he uses his magic to like bypass Imagine Breaker and like directly affect Toma's brain, like to change his memories, right? So like from there you'd say, okay, so mental attacks work on Toma as long as he's not touching his head with Imagine Breaker. But then you see the psychic girl in the Hyoka arc. She's like trying to tell everybody to get out, but he apparently can't get that message because of Imagine Breaker. But then later during the Daihase Festival arc in Railgun, Misaki can directly contact his mind as long as he doesn't touch his right hand. It's a very weird...
It's inconsistent.
It's inconsistent. Yeah.
Like even in the remember the very first season, I can't remember the arc. I really suck with names, but the second half of the season 1 where the magic remember where like Kuroko was president for like a short time, but it wasn't really her, it was someone in her body or whatever. Yeah, like just because he had his right arm, that just negated the effect of that entirely, which I can feel like that can translate to like the mind because it's part of his body, if you know what I mean. I don't know, it's just it's inconsistent, but like if that's like that was like my my comparison, if you're trying to get what I'm saying. But no, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
So I guess.
Sure. Oh, God.
All right. Well, I was gonna ask. So, Othinus, when you're say reading the light novels, are you actively thinking about versus battles, or do you just kind of read it as if you're just normally enjoying it?
I read it as like how I enjoy it. Like I can see why people find power scaling fun. I mean, trying to see how high they can go to like a certain extent can be pretty entertaining to do. But like once they get into that realm of debating, that's where like me personally, I'm just like, bro, I don't care. But like if it's just for yourself, like it can be fun. I have, I got friends who like the power scale Umaneko and Higurashi and all that stuff. Like that's cool. But like I don't see like when you use that for like a debate, I don't give a shit. But like me personally, like yeah, I just don't care. I read it to enjoy the content, unless it's Accelerator. I'm always looking for stuff for Accelerator because I'm biased. But other than that, and Aradia. But other than those two, I don't really do the scaling of stuff. I just ask people and they help me if I ever need something.
Now I'm kind of curious.
You don't want to become. Oh.
No, I'll let you go.
Hey, I got a turn. Let's go. So you don't want to become the best Toaru debater of all time, and you don't keep.
No, dude. Are you kidding me, bro? Hell no, bro. I'm gonna sit on my ass and just do what I do. Crank out these really shitty Call of Duty videos with really shitty editing and cut comms and yell at a screen. I think I'll stick to that.
Hell yeah.
That's more my shit.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people listening will be surprised, like that you're not screaming and that it's not entirely, you in a way. Like your videos, they give me like a kind of like Leafy is here vibe. Like we mentioned this like yesterday with like the gameplay footage and all that, and well, apart from like the bullying, because Leafy was a bit of a twat, let's face it. But,
yeah, he was an asshole, dude.
But yeah, you're like the good version of Leafy, I think.
No, I appreciate it. But yeah, no, man. When I was younger, I'm sure many of you guys also always watched Leafy. I loved Leafy when I was growing up, so I wanted to somewhat model my shit after his, but be different, but the same. If you know what I mean. Again, apologies for the noise.
That's good.
Yeah, I definitely. Cool. I guess by comparison to Leafy, I do think your videos are a lot more like humorous in a more lighthearted sense. I don't know if you remember like when Leafy. Remember he took that long break and then he came back and that man was just like not holding back anything. Sounded like he was probably super depressed.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of his videos after that long break. Everything before that long break I watched like all like even remember, I don't know if you guys remember the drama with like Keemstar and Leafy that happened every single time. I would rewatch those videos over and over. I just loved it when Leafy called Keemstar a fucking gnome. I lost my shit. That was the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, it's just no. I mean, Leafy's really cool. I've always liked his stuff. I've always liked the way he roasted people. I was like, I can do that, and here we are. So yeah, and no, I don't yell all the time. Contrary to what my videos show, I don't yell all the time.
Yeah,
it's basically you're playing a character.
Yeah,
essentially. I don't know if it's for Aeon when he makes his videos as well, but like when I talk in my scripts, I have to like I look really weird with like my mouth movements, my hand gestures, like when I talk, like by myself, because like I feel like if I can't do these really certain movements, like when I'm talking, like it won't project the same amount of like emphasis I'm trying to get across, if that makes sense.
I mean, even voice actors do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about this like before we started, but yeah, I feel like when you do write a script for like a video, you don't really want to read it like a robot. You do have to perform the script. Like because when I obviously in my videos, I don't talk like that how I do in real life because I'm overemphasizing things. Yeah, I am doing hand gestures and stuff because I'm trying to get in like the rhythm of it without having to make a mistake like speaking and stuff. Because even if you're reading up a script, you do like fumble and stuff, and it's natural. So you do have to like take cuts and everything. But yeah, it's like you do become like a different character when you're doing a video. But I feel like you more so because you're taking these versus battles and you're over exaggerating the results often, making it humorous. While I try to implement humor in some of my videos, but I don't like go too far. I don't think I do it when I think is appropriate and would help make the video more engaging. But yeah, also because like I'm British, I feel like when I'm doing YouTube videos, I have to like pronounce every single word like better than I normally do when I'm speaking in real life, because like I'm from like North England originally, and like my accent, like we mumble a lot with the words. I probably still do it. I'm probably not perfect at pronouncing everything I'm doing at the moment, but I definitely improved, I feel. But yeah, I think like my accent is something that I've had to try and tone down a bit and make sure I'm pronouncing each syllable properly.
British debuff.
Yes, seems like it.
Well, real quick, there was actually this really caught my attention. Someone asked in the I don't know if you guys usually do this or not, but someone asked in the chat, who would you want to come back in Genesis Testament? I know this is kind of random, but like, what character would you guys want to return in Genesis Testament? I'm just kind of curious because like I was thinking about it for like a little bit. I'm just kind of curious, like, who you guys would like.
Let's see Kamisato back.
Kamisato? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like. Well, obviously he's a bit nerfed at the moment, but if he can find like a good role for him, then why not? Like, I like to see him back. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, Kamisato. Yeah.
I'd like to see Fiyama or Itsuwa come back. Itsuwa because she was like my Old Testament waifu. And then.
Yeah, dude, I have a really good friend who loves Itsuwa. He knows who he is. He knows who he is.
And Fiyama, I just thought Fiyama was like a really good villain, and I'm sort of like he's appeared every now and then, but I just want him to sort of play a more key role in something for a bit because I like him.
I respect that. No, it's really cool. Yeah, I respect that.
How have we still not found out what happened to Fiyama? Like,
yeah,
it's like, where is he? Is he even alive? Like, come on, Kamachi, we need to know what the fuck happened to him. So sorry, I interrupted.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I can answer the question because I'm still reading New Testament. But I would agree with us if Kamisato doesn't do anything after where I am. Sure, would like to see him back. And I can't believe Fiyama. You guys are saying Fiyama's not back. What the heck?
Fiyama is MIA, like, permanently. Like, I've been waiting like so many volumes expecting him to come back. Like, they're like, this is a kind of a spoiler, not a major spoiler, it's very minor. Like, they go to a hospital in GT. Oh my god, spoiler alert. Oh, spoiler all the time now. You expect that from Index. Come on, they're gonna go to the hospital. And because, Toma called the ambulance for him in New Testament 13. I said, yes, now's the chance to bring back Fiyama, because Fiyama's going to be in a hospital bed and Toma's going to struggle along and be like, yo, what's up, Fiyama? How are you doing, man? Hope you're okay. But no, nowhere to be seen. So it's a matter of patience, I suppose. Like, I don't know what's going on there. So, yeah.
Maybe you just forgot about him. Maybe Kamachi just forgot.
Kamachi forgot. Araki forgot. Yeah, it's it seems to be a memory virus. I don't know.
GT7's coming out pretty soon. I mean, I know it's about Aradia, hopefully, but there might be Fiyama in there, maybe. Doubtful, very doubtful. But maybe a nice little one paragraph or something.
Nice. See, Alice is actually Fiyama's daughter. We're gonna find out.
Isn't that funny that like with Index we just pray for a character to have one paragraph because there's so many characters at this point that there's no way that they can like feasibly put all of them into a volume in a meaningful way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean that's just sort of the struggle of having a large cast series like like index. I mean, it's the same with One Piece. Like anytime I see like a character even on the cover from way back when, I'll like freak out and be like, oh my gosh.
I didn't know you kept up with One Piece.
Yeah, I try to. It's about to enter its final arc.
Oh dang.
Leave the chat right now.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'm sure you can tell by now, but I am not a One Piece fan. I detest One Piece. Worst shonen out of the big three. I just can't stand One Piece. And the fan base.
Wow, really? Worse than Naruto and Bleach?
I actually prefer
not...
Naruto. Well, me personally, I love Bleach. Bleach is one of my childhood animes, more over than Naruto. I still like Naruto over One Piece, but it's not by a lot. I just don't like One Piece.
It's rare for me to meet another person whose favorite is Bleach in the big three.
Bro, Bleach is amazing. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc is going to be amazing.
It is.
Studio Parrot's animation on that anime will be breathtakingly amazing.
It will. I have hope.
Yeah.
And
Also,
I'm pretty sure, like, what's that?
Sorry, obviously, you guys can't hear any background noise, can you? Like music?
No, you're good.
Okay, just make sure. Yeah, my roommates are playing really loud music. Just making sure. Okay, sorry, go on.
Oh, not to get too off topic. This is not a Bleach podcast, but like,
yeah.
Don't you remember the Tite Kubo saying like a third or 2/3 of it was cut because of his health issues or whatever?
For
the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Oh, I honestly don't remember. It's been
yeah, like he said, like a lot of content was cut. Like maybe like 100 chapters or something. It was supposed to go on a lot longer than it actually did. So I was kind of hoping the anime would actually go into some of that material.
Well, actually, they might. Tite Kubo has full authority over the production and direction of Bleach. So he did say he's going to change some stuff. So with these little changes, hopefully we get more storyline. But also, can we see Ichigo's Bankai a little bit longer? Can we see Aizen's Bankai? I mean, come on now. But sorry. God damn it. Yeah, you got off topic with that. Yeah, I honestly forgot what the question was. Yeah, I forgot.
What was the question?
I don't really think there was a question.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just started raving all of a sudden. They forgot their pills and just like went off. And
no, I asked you guys if you want to see a GT character come back or a character come back in GT.
Yeah, I think we got. Yeah, I think everyone answered on that one. So.
Yeah.
Aeon, guide us.
Guide us.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'll speak. Okay. One thing I do want to talk about is the title of this episode, which I mentioned to you guys yesterday. Oh my god. Like the amount of people I saw on Twitter and Discord taking this title as serious or like the gospel. I was like, what the fuck? Because I was just thinking of like a random ass title I could pull out my ass, like a bit of a parody title, and then people like saying, "What's Omniversal? Ayo thinks this is Omniversal."
You're spreading misinformation.
Yeah. Seemingly I was, but I knew we were going to talk about the diversus community, and the Toaru podcast has a very distinct style. If you've seen previous installments, like we don't take things too seriously here, unless we're like talking about like the individual volumes or something, and we'll discuss like genuine criticism or things we enjoyed or whatever. But it's mad because I feel like some people will be disappointed because they probably expected like us to like power scale every single fucking like index character. Like, no, that's not what we're doing here. We touch grass here, so we don't want to do that. I mean, like, we can talk about like the versus community if you want, but like, I did like go through like the versus community like quite a bit. I was more of an active participant for like when I was like younger, when I was like 18 to like 20 something, but like because I was active on Amino a bit, and I would actually debate like people with like Toaru characters because I was like, yeah, this is I like enjoyed like the debating side of it, and like who beats who and stuff. But over time, like when you get older, you just realize like the amount of like nights I just spend like finding like scans and shit to send as evidence, and just the amount of replies and shit, and just getting like listening to some judge who clearly doesn't know what he's doing. It's just like I could be doing something like way better than that right now. Like
Yeah.
I just think like that was a complete waste of time for the most part. Like
No, I definitely.
I mean, if you enjoy it, then fair enough. But like, when you devote like that much time to it, it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, this isn't even; these aren't even real characters. Like, if these characters like merge together and were like the same universe somehow, like, the author has like the final say. He could like introduce some random Bankai out his ass, you know, give him like Super Saiyan 5,000, 9,000 God, I don't know, anything to beat bad guy. Yeah, wow, well done. So yeah, that's all I have to say on it.
It's pretty unnecessarily competitive, and like honestly I just try to like avoid the discussions. One because I don't have anything to say on the matter. On most versus battles, I don't feel like I'm like qualified to really be any sort of authority on that. But when I see other people talking, like having a debate, it just will so quickly get heated and then so quickly just turn into name calling. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it's also just kind of like, you know, guys, why are you taking this so far?
Yeah.
See, like that's why I like doing these YouTube videos, because I can say all the shit I want. So, but like you can't say anything back to me, making my opinion relevant and yours irrelevant. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's be real. When people go into like a verse debate, they aren't leaving with their minds changed. Like
Right.
they go into it and they're not going to like, they've already decided who's actually stronger, and it's the character they're defending at the start. And it's like, you can give them all the best reasoning in the world why X destroys Y, but if they decided Y was going to win at the start of it, they're not changing their mind.
Yeah, one of my
That's very
friends
true.
has a like a comment or like a pin or post, whatever you want to call it, saying that debating nowadays is who can wank off their favorite character the most. I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why like you, I try to stay out of it. I ain't about that. It is a literal circle. It's a little never-ending circle. It just goes around and around. But it is still fun.
I just
to piss
remember
off
the
fan
days.
bases.
Oh god.
Sorry, go on. No. That's what I'm saying. It's fun to piss off fan bases. That's all it is.
Yeah. I just remember the days like when One Punch Man like first became popular. I mean, I remember it quite well because I was around in the anime community then. So like the manga was like really hyped because like I guess some people discovered it, and then like the art and everything was like really good. So everyone was like super hyped for like the anime. And when the anime came out, like it was just like people saying, yeah, Saitama, like people mentioned it in the chat, I think, or one person mentioned it's Saitama. But like Saitama can literally like just beat anyone just because he's the One Punch Man. And just I would like completely just face palm every time I'd see that, just because Saitama clearly has like limitations in the anime when he like holds his breath in space and shit, and yet people think he can just like beat anyone. And it's just like the no limits fallacy argument that I still see, and people who like, not everyone, but like the people who like I mean this happened this has happened for years with like Fiamma. Like Fiamma has an ability where it's like the Holy Right basically adapts to it adapts to whatever the target is, and then it can just basically one shot no matter like how strong they are. And people will just like say, oh, it's basically the exact same shit with Saitama like back in the day, that it's the no limits fallacy. Oh yeah, it's because they can, as it stated, they can beat anyone means they truly can. And it's like, I don't know, like that's such a reach. And because there's like no way to like disprove it, they're like, oh, I'm correct.
Yeah, well, it would always fall back onto, well, actually, One Punch Man is parody. Therefore, parody rules don't make him like grounded to these other rules,
See,
and it was the most annoying argument.
No, that's where you're confused, because I can already tell you 90% of the Saitama fan base can't tell me the difference between a parody character and a gag character. They all think Saitama's a gag character when he's a parody character, but like they don't know that. And then like what you're like, I hate the Saitama fan base. It's so dumb, bro.
I mean, like in the recent manga chapters, he like hit a limit, and it's sort of funny if you were to like use that.
Dude, all right, bro. Listen to this, man. So, I don't know if you guys know or read the One Punch Man manga, but he was fighting. You don't care for spoilers? Fuck it, who cares? So, anyways, what happened was that he was fighting Garo. Cosmic Garo. I think that's what his name is. He ends up going back in time. I don't remember how Saitama ends up going back in time. I don't remember how he does it, but he goes back in time, and he's like, now all these One Punch Man fanboys, they either pinged me on Discord or they left a whole bunch of comments on my YouTube channel saying, hey, did you know that Saitama can beat Accelerator now by going back in time? And I'm sitting here like, oh, fuck.
Going back in time and punching him at the fetus.
This is ridiculous, man. I'm like, oh. So, like, I'm just sitting here like, damn it. So I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, just pull out just throw out the web novel. Like, web novel's the ultimate canon for that. And that none of the manga's completely diverted from what the web novel did. Like, Saitama didn't time travel. He didn't he didn't even lose or like tie with Garo for a bit. It was straight up just he one punched him, and it was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was an amazing story.
I know, right? Also, people still can't clearly define and explain what a vector is. It's kind of sad. I mean, if they're gonna talk trash about Accelerator, at least understand what his ability is before saying that. But
but Goku can learn the Kihara counter.
Dude, I hate when people say that. It's just
Wait, what is that?
Yeah.
What is the Kihara counter?
Oh, Kihara Amata?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the anime. So basically how Kihara Amata is able to harm Accelerator is that because Kihara Amata basically developed Accelerator's power. So he knows basically everything, like all the principles of how it works and everything like that. And he's basically studied it, and he's also trained for years to be able to pull back his punch at a split second for when the reflection is about to kick in. So as he's pulling back his punch, the reflection will then kick in and then send the punch back towards Accelerator. So that's how Amata is able to bypass it. And I made a video about how Amata's basically explaining what I just said, how Amata was able to beat Accelerator. And I also threw a bit of shade at Goku at the end. I was like, Goku isn't able to do this. Goku's too dumb. And then I had a lot of people saying, oh no, Goku can copy any martial art, so even though he's stupid, he can learn a Kihara counter.
Because Kihara's still there for him to watch. Use it.
But at the same time, it's also the scientific knowledge Kihara Amata has that is in addition to the experience he has. Because literally Sugitani, who was a trained assassin, also tried to learn it and failed. And he is probably more competent fighter than Amata. So you need that scientific data as well.
Yeah. But that's another problem with the verse community at times is they create, here's this very specific circumstance in which my character actually does defeat your character. And now it's canon in my brain, so you can't disprove me.
Yep, I know, dude. I know that. I definitely know that. Oh, man, dude, it's just.
I imagine you probably deal with that daily.
Brother, you have no idea. I was seeing some of the most stupidest comments to ever come from a fan base, and they're all Goku fan bases, by the way. I told you guys yesterday, and I'll say it again for the people that don't know, but this guy left a comment on my channel where he said that Goku can use instant transmission to go back in time to kill Accelerator before he turns on his neck collar. And I'm sitting here bro, what? The comment sections in my videos are truly a blessing and a curse. To know that the human race is just absolutely stupid is just I don't even know what to say. It's just Jesus Christ. Oh man. But just
well, I kind of had a lead-in question. I'm curious, how many characters in Toaru can beat Goku?
Oh,
That's loaded.
So,
Or just
A
which
lot.
characters, or just anyone?
oh man, are you asking me directly, or are you
I
asking?
was kind of asking you directly.
Oh, just me. All right. So,
I mean, Aeon and Malcolm can answer too.
so
I can chip in.
I'm trying to be, like, as much as I hate Goku and I want to just shit on him, like, I would say, yeah, I agree with a lot of people. A lot of people can actually beat Goku. People always be like, oh, Goku can just speed blitz everyone. But, like, that's not what would happen. I mean, if we're being completely honest, the dude's got morals, so he's not going to actually, one shot. He likes to fight. He's a battle junkie type person. But I would say, aside from the true magic gods, the magic gods, I mean, I honestly this is where we get into the whole entire area of can Fiyama do it? I honestly think Fiyama can, if I'm being completely honest. I'm one of those wankers, I guess you could say, with the right hand, if I'm being honest. But it's really hard to say because I would if I'm being honest, I need more time to actually sit down and think about all their abilities, all their hacks and stuff like that. Not fuck the scalings. Well, I'm not talking about if one outscales another. But if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's basically. I would need more time. I definitely agree that the basic ones can. Magic gods, Fiyama,
Komoe bodies.
Yeah. What did you say, Komoe?
Yeah.
I even want to say dark matter could potentially, if we're talking post matter or post dark matter. Post matter. You know what I'm saying? The one when he's dead in the dark matter in NT6. That's what I'm talking about. Also Satan. If we're being honest, Satan and her bat is just so overpowered, and Uiharu in the Railgun manga where she became so overpowered she just had digitized everything, whatever the fuck that was. I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
Have you seen the art of Uiharu just destroying Goku?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it was Ibora that drew it.
Yep. But right now, what can I say from right now though? Off the top of my head, definitely the true magic gods: Othinus, Fiyama, Accelerator, potentially Toma, depending on how you want to. This is where it comes into the scaling aspect, which I don't really want to get into, but you know what I mean. Toma potentially, depending on which Toma too. By the way, we're talking NT22 Toma versus OT Toma, but yeah, just.
Yeah,
the main
Toma,
characters.
it depends on you have to create the very so if Toma negates Goku, hypothetically speaking, let's say Imagine Breaker works on just negating the super strength and ki of a Saiyan, right? So he's just Goku's a normal body. No, now Toma has to fight this super buff guy who knows every martial art in the world. So the only way Toma stands a chance technically is the very specific. Oh, but then Goku rips off his arm, his right arm, and the dragon's body, and it's now you have to. It's so hard to even scale the dragons. Would certain attributes of them even work on Goku? The mind alteration, we've seen in Dragon Ball that he has levels of immunity to that. I don't see Toma beating Goku.
Yeah, and that's fair because this also comes from the one of the opinions of remember when Othinus dragged Toma to this new world where everything was gone and where you could say stuff. I think we talked about this a little bit last time, but depending if you actually want to take this seriously, of how he dodged some Othinus's attack from Gungnir, you will use that Toma with precognition. I mean, it kind of just see, there's so much stuff. It's just all very dependent. And I'm sitting out here just kind of if it was me and I was making a video about this, I would 100% say Toma just bodies the fuck out of Goku. 100%. Come on, let's be real. But I really don't know. It's all opinion based. It's all perspective. So it's not really a right answer, in my opinion.
Are you saying that Toma doesn't have infinite speed reactions because he intercepted Gungnir?
Look, man, I'm not saying that, but like what I am trying to say is that it is possible, depending on which Toma and which arc you're using for a verse battle. If we're talking like peak Toma, where we have everything all at once, all abilities, all hacks, all speeds, whatever, you combine everything into one with fish eggs or whatever, then yeah, I mean Toma's obviously gonna win. But like, I see this is. See, I see what you're doing here. And we don't need to go down that road, but we'll just leave that up for for you and the others to decide on your own.
Oh, I've already decided that.
I know you have. I know.
It's common sense. It's common sense. Like, he doesn't need to react to it to intercept it. Like, if he just holds his hand like outwards, like before it's even thrown, then it's gonna probably hit because it's got the lightning rod effect anyway. So there you go.
Stop the railgun. Sometimes it's sort of depending. Whenever it's not like,
it's just what the
Toma stopping the railgun is funny because it's like, it's hinted like he hasn't done it, but at the same time we've clearly seen him do it. Like, he did it in the manga, and then like the first novel, it's like, oh yeah, I'm stopping the electric shocks and railguns and stuff. But then like after that, it's sort of like played off like, I probably wouldn't stop a railgun. It's really weird.
Yeah,
that's true actually.
And that's another thing. It's just, again, it's all perspective. It's all, whatever you feel like saying for that specific verse battle with that specific line of conditions. But again, if it was me, and I was doing a video about it, I would just say Tomo negs Goku easily. Give him all the hacks, give him all everything. Fuck your opinion, my opinion's right. End of story. It's just as simple as that. But
yeah, we definitely don't know enough about Toma's like hidden powers. Of course, like there are a few things that we won't discuss for spoiler reasons, but I mean, we still need to like have more information on that to fully decide.
I do wish we could see some of the dragons some more. I know we know what their abilities are because of like I think Kamachi told us already, or it's already been like shown, whatever. But I would like to see them again. I mean, I don't mean like he should just rip off his fucking right arm and just come out all the time. But like, it would be nice to see more of what it can do, because like that was probably peak of Railgun T, if I'm being honest, man. I love that fight, that scene. Gunha and Toma against Misaka 5.32, whatever that was. Level 6 shift. It was dude, it was just so good, so well executed.
Well, I mean, we had art of the dragons ever since the manga version of that.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, the art that we got during that showed an additional another, I think, 8 dragons that we haven't seen in the anime or novel. So I want to just see the other dragons because apparently there's more of them.
Yeah. The Railgun editor did say that only like 8 were necessary to stop like the black ball that Misaka 5.3 was creating. So if it was a bigger threat, then more would have came out. But yeah, it's conditional at the same time, because obviously we've seen situations where the dragons haven't come out and they have. But,
Baggage
yeah,
City,
so it's still a lot we don't know. Yeah. Oh, we got a super chat from Kinkine Enjoyer. Or is it Kikine?
Oh.
Everyone keeps like roasting my pronunciations of index characters.
Wait,
is it Kikine or is it Kikine?
Kakine.
It's Kakine, right?
There we go. Kakine. There we go. I can finally pronounce, but yeah.
I used to pronounce it Kakine.
Kakine.
Yeah, I feel like I pronounced it at one point like that.
Because like because like I said before, I read the novels like before the anime ever got to Kakine. So I could only like go off that, and because I was like young, because I started like really early, like I didn't understand how Japanese pronunciations work. So I just like, oh, they spelled it like this in English, so it would be pronounced Kakine or Kakine or something, because E silent and I, and English rules that don't actually make sense. So I always went like with Kakine until like the anime, until like Index 3, and I was like, oh yeah, Kakine.
Oh, that long?
Yeah, I mean like 3? It was just a habit at that point.
Oh, I guess I get that. I used to say Hatsune Miku instead of Hatsune. So I guess I kind of did the same thing.
Japanese is hard.
Yeah, it definitely is hard.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, man.
Yeah, but what's next, man? What you got going on next?
Well,
You got
yeah,
any verses?
I think.
I don't know. I was thinking like, I don't know. I thought we.
Oh.
Well, I guess we. No, you haven't. Right. No, sorry. Go ahead. I would say we could have discussed a little bit about GT and the illustrations in GT that we just released.
Emerald isn't caught up though.
Yeah, I forgot.
I haven't even seen the illustrations for the new novel.
Oh, I have.
Kind of pissed me off. If I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't see Aradia there, but that's because she got front cover though, so it's okay.
Oh, she's there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
sure you didn't look properly?
Oh wait, was that her that Tomo was carrying? Oh, I see. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that was her. Okay, so like, I thought that, but I wasn't like 100% sure.
I'm gonna need a link.
It's kind of
to
weird
these.
because her like skin tone is like inconsistent because she looks really pale in that illustration and she looks tanned like on the front cover.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought the exact same thing too. When I first saw her as well, I thought she was more of like a tannish, like a light tan color.
Yeah, it's pretty inconsistent because I think in her first appearance where we just saw her like, we didn't
Like
see her
without
face,
thing.
we just saw like
Yeah.
most of her body. Yeah, that was kind of palish, but then when she like got fully revealed, then she was more tan, and then yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
I remembered her
Yeah.
being not palish in the first illustration. I sort of remembered her being
really?
darkened out.
Mm,
Yeah, but
well,
I think
yeah, I
also,
think they'll darken out a bit.
yeah, I think Hamazura's been putting into practice like characters that are not the key focus have somewhat been darkened out. Like the when Othinus is sitting on Index's shoulder in one of the GT2, the colored illustration, like Index is super tan, but Othinus is like, proper coloration. I think that's just sort of Himura. Just an art choice, an artistic decision to sort of be like, here's the key focus. These are in the background.
No, I feel that honestly, maybe they just got a tan. Maybe they were just busy and just got a tan. Let's go with that. And they got out of their tan. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But...
Although it seems like some of these minor details are actually intentional because you know that like Terminus like face is covered by the text. That's apparently intentional. It's like, wait, what? Why would that? Yeah. That's what Kazuma Mickey said on like the Straight Edge Twitter.
Huh.
Yeah, it said it was purposefully done. It's like, why?
Oh, because it's about
said,
Aradia. Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
No, that's cool. It's cool. Because I said in my preview, I made a preview video about it, and I was like, surely this must have been some like miscommunication, like between like Himura and the editors and stuff. But nope, apparently not.
Yeah, I have a couple friends saying that the GT7 is another Misa storyline, and no. I'm gonna get my Aradia story plot, whatever I call it, whatever you guys want to call it, and we're gonna learn more about the Transcendence. And God, I hope they're not just a letdown. That'd be so unfortunate.
I'd be surprised. There's nothing really. I've thought they've been pretty cool so far, and like I don't know, Kamachi hasn't really dropped the ball on any of these like enemy groups so far.
Yeah. I just hope like they're on par with like the Magic Gods or like higher. Now I'm only saying this just because like I want Accelerator to come in out of nowhere, just randomly, and fuck them all up. So then now I can use that Accelerator for another video to shit on Goku or Anos or whoever else. But I know that's not gonna happen. But
Get some new crazy wing color going on.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. What if it was like, I don't even. I was gonna say something stupid, but like, I just thought of like
rainbow wings. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was seeing like all of the like how Dragon Ball has all these stupid ass hair colors like pink, green, blue, turquoise, red, white, whatever the fuck that shit is. Fucking Accelerator's wings would just turn like I don't even know, dude, like bright pink or Pride Wings. Pride Wings.
Actually,
Oh no.
in GT7, Accelerator went Ultra Instinct wings and soloed the entire verse.
Soon we will have more Accelerator wing colors than Super Saiyan form hair colors.
Oh man, I can't wait for those.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited. I'm excited for GT7.
Yeah,
I am too for when I'll read it in like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, but you're on New Testament 18, which is a fantastic volume. Like that's one of my favorite volumes of all time.
But then I told myself I'd go read Old Testament from the beginning once I finished New Testament. I've been reading New Testament for a year. Like I think it's been over a year.
I mean, you could.
Series.
You could just read GT, get caught up to that, and then start on OT while you're waiting for the new GT books to come out.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So now it'll only be 1 year.
Epic.
GT.
But yeah, Old Testament is definitely worth reading. Like, you definitely chose an unconventional route, but I understand it because he wants to look at concept beyond the anime. But yeah, Old Testament wasn't the best adapted. I mean, okay, they got most of the loose events of what happened, but they don't really flesh it out that much. And I think you'll notice that when you do.
Yeah, the few OT volumes that I have read, I definitely see that.
I'm still mad.
Oh yeah,
about,
you did read a bit.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm sad. I know I told you guys this yesterday, and I can't stop talking about this. But like, I'm still so pissed off on how they massacred and messed up the World War III fight between Accelerator and Toma. That is just. Oh god, I'm so sad. I want to see all those wings come out of Accelerator and just fuck up Toma, dude. That would've been so sick.
Yeah. Nope. That and the fact that they showed Toma lived at the end were the two things that upset me the most.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Me and my friends were talking about that for a hot minute, dude. Man, they really trying to push the NT the next series really soon. But oh yeah, I know you. Okay, I know. Aeon asked this a long time ago, but I want to know what you guys' opinion is too. Do you guys think that they should redo the Toaru series, or like? Do you think they should just like skip like a little bit of the NTs and go straight to the Othinus arc?
I feel like they've messed up a lot of the some like important some of the important stuff that plays into NT to a point where it seems like we're gonna need. In a perfect world, I wish they had chosen to reboot the Index anime instead of doing Index 3 like they supposedly were considering. I feel like the way the series is at the moment, I've said this before, I feel like the best route for such a long running series, if you want to get consistent episodes out of it, is maybe to like fuse all of the stories together into like one Toaru anime and just make it like pull a One Piece and just where it's like an episode every week for the rest of our lives. Because Kamachi, like you by that route, you'd be able to make the arcs longer because the books need more. Like one of the main issues with the anime is it doesn't cover enough of the books because they have to fill these very specific time spans. And then it would just allow for things like the timeline and stuff to play out more clearly for just everything. But the only way this could happen is like if Toei like started making the Index anime.
Yeah, I don't know why JC staff wants to hold ownership of the Toaru series when they keep like doing it wrong. They're just messing up. Also, like I don't know about you guys, but the Toaru manga that's actually being adapted, like I really like it. I think it's really good. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy reading that. Same with Mental Out, but I like all them stuff.
Well, to answer the question, I'd probably say something pretty similar to Malcolm. Ideally, it'd be great if, you know, there was just a perfect adaptation, reboot all the way from the beginning, maybe even just combine every Toaru spin-off together. But at this point, I would just be content with just a good, solid adaptation of New Testament going onward or going forward. Like, maybe it's low standards, you could say, but like, it's not even really looking like we're gonna get anything anytime soon.
Right, because like apparently from what I've been told, I don't know if this is actually, you know, accurate or not, but as again, you know, they're making the Index manga right now to later hopefully be, you know, transition to the NT storyline. Adapting a light novel is leagues harder than a manga. Everyone knows that. So I give them a little bit of slack for that, but I mean, like, I don't know how they can fuck up so badly when, you know, Violet Evergarden and like 86, two really phenomenal animes that are light novels and they're adapted really well. And then you have fucking Index. So I don't know what the fuck went wrong there.
I mean, the crazier part is that Index as a series, it's like the best-selling light novel series of all time, totally. Right? So you would think, oh, well, best possible adaptation should make sense. But they don't go that route, and they make just, you know, a sort of like, the only thing Index gets that's special is the 24 episode seasons instead of 12 like most light novels these days do. But it's just, it's so frustrating to see them sort of just underplay like Index's importance, and especially because you see these random series like what's that slime series called?
Reincarnated as a Slime,
or 86, and like the animes like perform really well, right? They're high quality. Sword Art Online too. Like, I don't like Sword Art Online, but the anime, like, you can see they put a lot of money into it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I can't like deny the quality of the animation and music and all that. But whenever you do these really good adaptions, right, the series, like, they sell well and they get a big boost in sales. But they didn't do that for Index, and you've seen a decline in its sales over time, which, I mean, GT6 actually sold really well. But I can't, like, the fact that sales didn't explode after Index 3 is like a really bad sign. And the fact that the Railgun anime sold more volumes, managed to sell people on Index volumes for NT 11, like, that one appeared in the top 10 charts again because everybody was like, oh wow, the Railgun anime is so good and I want to know more about Misaki. And so that book popped back up, and it's like, oh wow, it's almost like a good anime sells books, and books have a high profit margin. It's
the anime industry, it's a lot of times it's just really backwards, because you'll have a studio get a series that no one cares about and turn it into something and just put like so much unnecessary effort into it. Like Demon Slayer was not popular before the anime just completely blew up. And then you have something like, say, Dragon Ball, and they just released like a new Dragon Ball movie, and it's this full like ugly CGI, and it's because they're just kind of like, they're getting this huge series that they know people are going to watch regardless because they're Dragon Ball fans, and I think they're kind of just cheaping out as much as they can, probably just to maximize profit. It's just this weird thing where they'll get a popular series and give it a bad adaptation because they know that audience will watch it anyways. Another example would be like Persona 5, the animation. That anime was complete trash.
Absolutely.
I watched all of it, but it was complete trash.
It was so
and
bad.
They knew that Persona 5 fans would watch that because it's Persona 5. But then they'll go out of their way to get some random series no one heard of before and turn it into like something so masterfully done. Fire. Yeah. It's just so backwards.
JC Staff did an anime recently. You're gonna have to forgive me because I don't remember the name of it, but it had to do something with like something of the Rose or whatever. It had like 24 episodes or whatever, and it had like a 5.3 or 4 rating on My Anime List or something like that. and it's just like, bro, like put that money towards like Toaru or something. It's just a lot. I don't know, dude. The 2022 all these animes that JC Staff's been getting recently are absolute dog shit. Aside from the popular ones like, How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon and shit like that.
Yeah, I think the problem with JC Staff is they're largely just like a content farm at this point. Like, you don't hire JC Staff for quality. You hire them because they'll, with a small staff, get out an anime really fast because they're working on 15 animes a season. And it's like a good studio. Like most studios, they'll have like 3 or 4 anime a year, but like JC Staff will almost double that in a single season, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So with JC Staff, I believe one of the producers at JC Staff said they don't actually get to really choose what they adapt. It's mostly like Kadokawa comes to them and tells them we want an adaptation of this light novel, whatever. So I actually wonder if it's really even their choice.
From what I understand, like you have the committees for like Japanese, just these multimedia companies. So like at these committees, you'll have, a representative from Dengeki. You'll have a representative from a manga publisher. You'll have a representative for an anime studio, a representative from a publisher. You'll have all these groups. And that's usually like Project Index is the name of that committee, right? And like every anime just about has that. And that's how they sort of plan out these things. So JC Staff should, from what I've seen, have like a chair in that committee along with Kadokawa, who does the publishing and also owns JC Staff. If I had to imagine, I feel like JC Staff, whoever they have like representing them there, is just like horrible at their job.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Or it's somebody who makes big promises and like, oh yeah, give it to us and we'll get it out in 7 months, planning and everything. And it's like, you'll have the rights to this anime for like 8 years, and you didn't have like on the back burner, oh yeah, this is a popular series, it may come back someday, maybe we should have like a transcript or like something scripted out already just for the future that we can pull out whenever the time's ready and just save a bunch of time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like this one guy said in the chat. I was gonna say this earlier, but I completely forgot. But yeah, Index 3 was actually supposed to have 36 episodes. I think the director or Kamachi, whoever it was, I don't remember who it was. He pushed for the extra 2 episodes for Accelerator to even get his white wings and his halo, which is like it was supposed to be a lot longer, but JC Staff cut them short, which is a shame because like they skip so much in the Battle Royale arc. They skip so much in it's just everything. It's so sad.
I see some comments.
Isekai is the problem.
Yeah.
I see some comments pointing out some good JC Staff anime, which absolutely. I love a lot of what JC Staff has made, but I do think they specialize in a certain style that is not necessarily indexed. Yeah,
they specialize in slice of life.
Yeah,
if anything.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I can't man. Like, bro, I'll tell you this right now. Do you guys know the anime called it's something along the strongest sage of light with the weakest crest? I think the strongest sage with the weakest crest.
Yes, I think I watched that, but like I've been like watching all these trash isekai back to back to back to back to back. So they've all sort of like turned into this one massive the same isekai in my head. But I'm pretty sure I've watched it.
Yeah. It's stuff like that gets animated when no one asked for it, and it's just absolute dog shit. That's just so frustrating. I don't know.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
What have you learned from watching so many trash isekai? Have you had an enlightenment moment where you've been given a new philosophy or outlook?
So the thing that hurts most is whenever you see like it grounded in like a really cool idea. And it's like, okay, this concept that you have is really good, but then you built it into the standard generic, oh, now I'm going to magic school in this other world and doing all this stuff. And I guess I say isekai, but I'm including like fantasy in general because they've sort of become construed together in a way. Like that Crest anime you mentioned, he's reincarnated like back into the same world. So it's not really like isekai in that sense, but I feel like it would still, like, it's more standard fantasy, but it would fall under isekai, it seems like, for most people. But my mind is like, it's melted to the point where some of these things are just so bad that I have to like quit. Like love, like this random girl, like, oh, main character finds his aunt, and then it's like revealed that she's actually sleeping with this giant dog man, and it's like, oh, look, this is cool. Like,
Bro,
we're just gonna treat it as like
man?
part of life. It was what was it called?
No.
It was airing last season. I don't even remember.
Are you sure you don't have a thing for furries?
Oh, are you talking about that new anime where the dude goes into like a dungeon and he's got like a slave that's like a wolf girl? Are you talking about that one?
No, that's Isekai Harem or whatever.
I'm
it's
so surprised you
called.
know that name. That's such a wow. But no, that's ass too. that's
No, it was last season. There was like a blonde lolly witch, but she's actually like 200 years
Oh,
old.
you're Lidley? Is that what you're talking about? Lidley?
Maybe. Like the main character, he's like, oh, he's really bad at magic, but he actually has all this mana inside of him.
It's a guy.
Yeah, there's a guy, but
never
then
mind.
he's got like his classmate, and there's a lizard man traveling with them, and a witch lolly.
It might be the Grimoire Zero, the sequel to the Grimoire Zero.
It was whatever the case. Like he discovers his aunt, and it's like, oh yeah, they're related, and then it's like they just like offhanded be like, oh yeah, don't you want to know why I had like the dog guy got hurt, and they were helping him get better at the aunt's house, and then she's like, here, let me grab a change of clothes for you. And then she's just like randomly offhand, don't y'all wonder why I have a change of clothes for him here? And it's like they make it very clear that they're like in a relationship, and it's like I don't want to watch the MILF character find out that she's actually like banging the dog man. Like
what the hell? Oh shit.
I sort of draw this weird line at cross speciesism. If they're not humanoid, I don't like human-ish, like elves or something. I don't really enjoy these prospects that they're introducing.
You don't enjoy the furry stuff?
No, I guess I'm just a speciesist.
Whoa. All right, dude.
I mean, you seem to be an expert on the subject.
Yeah, I watch a bunch of trash isekai. I've mastered the art of trash.
Look, man, I'm not a huge isekai anime watcher, but I do gotta say I really did enjoy the Rising of the Shield Hero. I really like that anime.
That one was good. There are good isekai, but I hate isekai as a genre.
Yeah, well, it's so overplayed now. That's why, like, I don't like it. Like, you remember the OG isekais, like No Game, No Life? I guess if you want to call Sword Art Online. Dot hack, yeah.
Or actually, the OG would probably be
wait, I don't want to say OG. Like,
what's it called? It was sort of like a parody anime. I mean, like if you really, really want to go, like
you're talking about Problem Children from Another World.
No. It's like this is like 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Excel Saga, maybe.
Wait, Malcolm.
Was it called Excel Saga?
Are you saying that Mushoku Tensei isn't the grandfather of all isekai?
That's right. I am saying that. I mean, I guess it's the grandfather of like the modern writing style that's ruining
so that means
isekai.
It's the best series.
I want to say it's Excel Saga is what it was called, but I may be wrong.
Excel Saga.
Is Dot Hack not before Excel Saga?
I do not think so. Well, let me see.
I thought Dot Hack was older.
Someone said
No, it's actually, I don't even think it's Excel Saga. It's older than Excel Saga. I can't remember the name of it though. It was like
Someone
a
said
parody anime almost.
Escaflowne.
Huh?
Someone said Escaflowne in the chat. I'm not sure if that's right though.
The Vision of Escaflowne.
I'm not sure if that's it. If you really wanted to go old school, there's an old Mark Twain book where he basically has the character get isekai'd into the world of King Arthur.
Oh.
Huh.
And it's actually a
Mark
really
Twain,
good book.
the first isekai novelist.
Or if you want to, there was that one that I told you about, the wings of Garzy's wing. That's the true grandfather of isekai.
Wait, were you thinking of Ixion Saga DT? That's what someone in the chat said.
Maybe.
Oh
Let
my
me
goodness.
see. Wait, DT, that sounds... I don't think it's... Yeah, no, it's not. It's not that anime. But the Mark Twain one, that's basically an isekai, is actually really good. I read that and I was like, man, this is better than like every isekai that exists. Like the main character actually is written with an excuse for why he can like introduce concepts from our world simply back into the fantasy world, or not really fantasy, medieval era. It's like, oh yeah, he's a metalsmith and an engineer, which is like, oh yeah, in that era that he was raised in, that's a common job. So it makes sense that he can go back in time and engineer a cannon or a bicycle, right? Where it's like, in a lot of isekai, it's just like, oh yeah, but you see, with my modern knowledge, I can somehow remember, I know how light bulbs were made with my modern knowledge and how to recreate like electrical currents. And it's like, no, you can't. But it was a really good book, like, because it explored things like, oh, maybe a modern guy wouldn't agree with how King Arthur runs his kingdom, because it's like, oh, this American guy from Tennessee, I think the book was called A Tennessee Yankee in King Arthur's Court or something.
That sounds like a light novel.
It does.
Really recently.
But he's like, oh, he becomes friends with King Arthur, but he disagrees with how King Arthur rules the country because he's an American who believes in like democracy and stuff. So now he's having this conflict of interest. And then he's like, oh, there's slavery in King Arthur's country. I don't like that. So he's like, okay, well, I'm going to get me and King Arthur kidnapped and sold as slaves so he can see how bad slavery is. And then like he's like, oh yeah, this Merlin guy doing magic, fake. Here's how I'm going to disprove that Merlin's a real wizard. And it's so good. It's a comedy. It's part comedy. It's an amazing book.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Tennessee Yankee solos Goku.
Bro, anyone solos
believe it.
Goku.
This podcast solos Goku.
Truth.
Does Biagio solo Goku?
Obviously. He turns the cross really big and
Christianity.
crushes Goku. Connecticut
good
Yankee.
job.
Thank you.
I mean, good job Biagio didn't fight Goku when he was a kid, because, you know, these Catholic priests be suspicious.
Yeah. But...
Crazy stuff. Didn't expect that rabbit hole. Talk about Mark Twain isekai.
I mean, it's just anime, man. One thing leads to another.
Well, were you wanting to go into Q&A soon?
Are we gonna do the
can do. Are you gonna you gonna read off some?
Sure.
You gonna read some of
yeah.
those matchups you came up with before?
Yeah, you can feel free to feel free to put zero thought into these answers, because they really deserve zero thought. So I picked two powerhouses. This would actually probably be like world shattering, but probably fun to think about. Dolly versus Last Order. Who wins?
I think it depends.
I'm kind of biased.
Last Order.
Last order?
Oh, we got a super chat. We'll go for the super chat first. Yeah, Ben Misaka, thank you for the super chat. Who will win the fight? Any Toaru character versus Rick and Morty?
Toaru character.
Any Toaru character.
Of course.
Bro.
I mean, that's quite a wide list. I mean, anyone seen Rick and Morty here?
Nope. Nope. I honestly haven't. I never got into that show.
Are you sure they're
I
not
feel like Mal's seen it.
double omniversal?
Yeah, you see, now you're thinking in terms of scaling. See what I mean?
Shall I just go on their versus Battle Wiki page, because that's what every great debater does.
Either that or all fiction. But
Yeah, all fiction, Omni Zone, or whatever the fuck it's called.
yeah. But no, I'm going with Toaru. Any Toaru character is pretty vague, but
Yeah.
let's say.
Okay, let's see what versus Battle Wiki. Oh, he's got like a 2C ability or something like that.
What the hell?
What's that? Low multiverse to multiverse level. Created a device that one button targets the current moment in time, splits it into many. Okay, so he's got like a piece of tech that can do some crazy shit.
Okay.
Massively FTL in his spaceship, just like Han Solo. Wow.
Strong. Oh, he said the
Okay,
strongest
so-
Toaru character. No, yeah, look, the strongest Toaru character.
Otherwise, he's like not fast at all. So I feel like most of the characters in Toaru would solo him. Just from, I mean, obviously we're just judging it off that. He's saying he's got another super chat. The strongest Toaru character versus Rick Sanchez. Well, I mean, that depends who you think the strongest character is.
Naturally, you
like
think it's
one of
Alistair.
gods or Alistair. Well, people will trigger me. People get triggered if I say Alistair's the strongest, but it's gonna be like Anna, one of the Annas anyway, or whatever. We have an idea of like what are the top tiers is probably the strongest, but yeah, I don't think the pickle that is Rick is gonna do anything to that. There we go. I hope that helped. And Biagio also solos.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, back to Last Order versus Dolly. But yeah, I mean, Last Order, she's the control tower, so she'd be able to like say to Dolly, yeah, you're out. Send that code. She's knocked out. So Last Order against like another clone, it's actually not too bad. But if it's like Dolly's like sneak attacking Last Order from behind, then Last Order's getting bodied.
Doesn't that body Dolly as well? Like, what happens if Last Order dies?
Yeah, I don't know
The whole
actually.
System
Yeah,
just break down. She's the host. Like, what do you do when the host
a good
turns
point.
off?
That is a good point. Is that confirmed? Like, I honestly don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Will, I guess, technically exists. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
You already, man. I was gonna do Last Order versus Ringo.
Okay.
Oh, Ringo. It took me a second to realize who you were talking about.
Dude, I want that Dark Matter manga animated so badly.
For real.
Oh my god, dude.
You can dream.
The art of that manga was spectacular. I'm getting off topic here, but that's actually kind of a hard one. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually pretty difficult.
Does Last Order get the abilities, like the fighting abilities of the older clones? Like, can she use their
You ever used that before?
combat abilities?
I just figured she couldn't do that.
Well, okay, so like in my mind, there's no point in her trying because you can't just. If you're a little girl, it doesn't matter if you're a master black belt. You're not gonna win against an adult guy. Like, but if it's another girl her age and size, super karate may be effective.
Yeah, but Ringo had a really she had the I can't remember her exactly, but it was like a discount version of vector manipulation, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what her ability was, but I think it's still pretty powerful.
But like in that case, then even because the sisters were designed to fight Accelerator, would she be able to better combat something that's within the same. Yeah, I know, but they're not fighting Accelerator. They're fighting little girl who thinks she's Accelerator.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. I don't know, or is Ringo's ability telekinesis? No, it wasn't telekinesis. I don't remember what it's been so long since I read the manga, so I can't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was based in. It was
well, I think it was like telekinesis, but it was like a vector inspired version of it.
Yeah, vector inspired. Yeah, that
or something like that.
Ringo had level 5.
Yeah, telekinesis.
Okay, yeah, so it was telekinesis. Yeah.
Level 5? Wait, what? I don't think it was level 5.
I don't remember.
Oh, she's level 5 confirmed.
She's the true original number 1.
No, don't even go there, man. I am still wondering on who the fuck that is, bro. Like, this mental out manga got me like mixed up in all sorts of ways with this new character. I think her ability was spatial control. I think that's what it was, or not time space, just regular spatial manipulation. I think I don't remember. I don't think it was actually explained, but yeah, that previous number 1, or I think that's what it was. Yo, that shit, bro. I'm waiting on that one, but no, I think I'm gonna have to go with Ringo on this one. I'll have to go with Ringo.
Probably same.
I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty conclusive, but I mean, like, Last Order still has like all the memories and experiences of the other clones. I mean, but I think because she's like so small and underdeveloped that she won't be able to like replicate like the finesse that like the clone that did the balloon hunt in the Railgun anime and manga did, where she was like dodging like all the attacks at once. Yeah, I don't see Last Order is physically capable of doing that. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to disagree because Last Order could solo Goku.
I mean, she could. She just calls Accelerator, just like that. How she's in like the game where it's like Dengeki Bunko fighting climax, where she's like, Accelerator is the assist, but Last Order comes out, and if you hit Last Order, then Accelerator just comes out of Black Wings, and just smacks him. So there you go.
There you go.
Then she bodies Ringo because Accelerator. He's a passive ability, so it counts.
Sure.
Sure.
Any more matchups?
Well, I probably wrote way more than I needed to. I think this one's pretty obvious, but I got lesser versus no sex before marriage.
I do. I'm just gonna say I know a person who really likes lesser. I'm not gonna say their name, but I know a person that really likes lesser. They know who they are. They're in my server. They know who they are. Yeah, I'm calling you out, buddy.
Yeah, but if Lester spoke in a British accent, it would be, I don't know. Would people be into that?
I feel like the female British accent isn't quite as considered as attractive as the male variant.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
I can get
you're
behind
British,
female.
though. It's different. Like us other people, it is. Maybe I'm just a freak, but it just varies. It just varies. I think it varies.
Hello, governor.
All right, now you're just ruining the shit for me.
Oi, Toma! Lift up my shirt.
I'm hungry. Toma, let's go to the pub.
Toma, fancy a shag?
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So I'm gonna guess no sex before marriage solos.
Yeah, she just doesn't stand a chance. She's a femcel.
Not a chance.
Oh, we got another super chat from
Thank you, Jay.
Jay Takashi.
Takashi.
Hello, everyone. A big fan of Aeon. Thank you. Love your videos. Love to see that. I question, how would you all rank the level 5s by actual powers? Plus, do you all like Gunher? Yes, we do. At least I can't speak for everyone, but I'm sure.
Good. Let's go. I'm sorry. I love Gunha. He's so cool.
I don't trust a person that doesn't like Gunha.
Bro, for real.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of Index characters are like some people don't like them that much, or some people love them. I feel like that's the case of most characters, but I've never seen a person who doesn't like Gunha. Did he actually exist? Did he have a soul? Do you even have a soul if you don't like the guts?
For real. know. But
how would you rank all the level 5s by actual powers? Do you mean like in terms of strength, or just like our personal favorites?
Like how much we
if it's
like
like
the
personal
powers?
favorites, I don't know if it's strength or like personal favorites. Well, I mean, I already did a video about strength, so I'll just go for personal favorites. So you can just watch the video if you want to know the strength. But my favorite power, I want to say accelerator. Well, that's like the
There
boring
it is.
answer. But no, yeah, I'd probably say accelerator, then like dark matter or like mental out. I know if I choose my number 1 and number 2, it's like going through rank order, but yeah, so probably like dark matter, mental out. Then I'd probably say Sugita's meltdown.
Sugita's
Misuka's
meltdowner?
cool. Sorry.
Sagita's the meltdowner.
No.
whoa. What?
No. Vegeta's doesn't really have a name. It has it's attack crash, but that's an invariant of it. We'll just call it guts power, or attack crash, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, probably have Ihana last since we haven't really seen it in action. Then yeah, sorry, Misaka fans. But yeah, anyone else want to go?
Yeah, I guess I'd say accelerator, mental out, dark matter, whatever Gunha is, and then I don't really have a preference between meltdowner or railgun.
Yeah, I'm roughly the same. I can't like accelerator. It's just such a cool original power. Like you can't not put it at top.
I'm with you on that one too,
Yeah,
man.
and then dark matter. It's same deal, but also it's just like the utility that also comes with it, and just sort of the crazy storylines that it's allowed for in the series. I gotta put that one at number 2, and then Makoto's the railgun. Honestly, I feel like Meltdowner is cooler than railgun.
Oh, don't do it, Mel. People will leave you say that.
Yeah. Viewership drops to 0.
Oh yeah, someone just left. That was the one Misaka. that was the one guy who has Misaka as his waifu. So I'm sorry to see you go, man.
Well, I feel like Mikoto's power itself isn't interesting. She just uses it in interesting ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
She lost stock with me whenever they revealed that she didn't like. I don't know the backstory for that the railgun arc's currently going through. It's made me like less interested in Makoto as a character because like half of her attributes, or like 90% of her attributes that were like really nice to see, she's just like copying from other people. It turns out, and it's like, oh, she invented the railgun on the fly, and like, it was like contradicting. Like, oh, like. It made more sense just to think, oh, scientists came up with the railgun, and that's why they specifically test her using the railgun, like at the swimming pool. But it was, yeah, Makoto's like blast. So
like last, Ihana is above her.
Yeah, Ihana's above her. Because at least like there's some mystique to his ability, and it's cool. Yeah. He was like doing that reality warp and stuff, but I won't go into that.
It's a cool concept, but we haven't really seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, like back to that thing you mentioned about the railgun manga. Like I complained about that on Twitter, and maybe I think I did it in a YouTube video as well. Like, and then like I had like some hardcore railgun fans, like you know the Twitter users, you know who it is. I will not name them, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, Aeon's such a hater" or whatever. And I'm like, how can you not see this is just like the most completely redundant backstory like elements you could possibly introduce?
It sucks. like she has like no personality. Like before then, like whenever she shows up at Tokyo Dai, it's just like she's this completely like piece of cardboard, and then it's just like, oh look, this character that is literally Makoto but brown is is
yeah, the Gyaru Makoto.
yeah. She's like, it's just Makoto's character. And then it was like, I guess at the end of the arc, we're going to find out she was inspired by this girl. And now just basically all of her personality traits that made her interesting were actually just taken from her.
Yeah, it's like I said it in the video, but it's basically the equivalent of like Solo. Like I really don't like that movie, but people say, oh no, it's all right or it's good, and it's like, no, this is like the most pointless movie ever made, and it just offers nothing to like Han Solo as a character, in my opinion, and it's just full of just the fucking worst fan service. Not like fan service as in nudity, but like fan service as in trying to like get fans like going, oh, that's how that happened, and it's just like, oh no, and like, just like the moment where he's like given his name by the Imperial officer, it's like Han Solo because he's flying alone, and it's like, oh my god, that's how he got his name on. It's like, Jesus, that's the most. Why does that even exist? Like, we didn't need to know that. Like, it's completely fucking pointless. Just like her doing rip Othinus, I guess. Well, just like her doing the fucking vending machine gimmick and the Gakota gimmick. Yeah, literally, Makoto must have been just like this naive. Well, in fact, Othinus back. Welcome back.
Welcome
I'm
back.
still talking about this. But like,
what the hell?
Yeah, you gotta keep telling. It wasn't me. I swear, it wasn't me.
Bro, stupid college dorms and their shit Wi-Fi. Oh my god. Sorry, continue. I was listening until that shit happened.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just mid rant while that was going on. But legit, like Malcolm was saying, like Makoto was just seemingly this naive kid that just gave a DNA map to these sketchy ass scientists. That's like the equivalent of a personality before she like joined Tokyo Dai, and then she just like that's not a great place to be. Just this naive kid who's just a really just like led to the Sisters project.
Yeah, because the way I saw it, like I felt like her personality reflected her ability really well. And so I was like, oh, okay, this is her personality. This is her ability. So it makes sense that she would develop an ability because it's all based off their, like how they view the world or however they word it, right? Their personal reality. So it made sense for a character like Makoto to have a personal reality that leads to being an Electromaster. But then they just sort of like, she was just really cardboard until she went to Tokyo Dai. And it feels like there's a less connection between the character and the ability all of a sudden for me.
Yeah. We got another super chat, but I don't think Othinus like listed. Did you list like your favorite level 5 abilities?
I'll go over it real quickly. I'm kind of with all you guys. Honestly, I was debating putting Misaki at the very top because actually forget that. Accelerator definitely, then Dark Matter, then Misaki, then Gunha. I don't care for Misaka, Mugino. I want to know a bit more about Aihana, and the other level 5, which we don't know in the past arc and Mental Out, because I'm really curious about that one. But no, I'm same with you guys. Basic stuff. Nothing really more to add to that.
Yeah, cool. Hey, it's Zyvex. Nice to see you, man. How you doing? Off topic. To be fair, Goku copy other people's move into his own. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, but I think he's talking about the Amata stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just such a specific circumstance, though. Like, oh, he can copy Amata, and it's like he wasn't there to see Amata use his ability, and then writing into the scenario that they fight that, oh, Amata punched Goku or punched Accelerator, and then Goku was there, is just like the most cop-out argument for why Goku can be Accelerator.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he needs to see Amata do it firsthand. And even then, I don't think he'd be able to replicate it because Amata, he developed the power. He had like all the data and everything. Like, he knows that power better than anyone in Academy City, arguably, well, more than Alistair. So, in my opinion, Goku would need all that scientific knowledge as well, because Amata is like one of the best researchers, or was, because he's dead now, was one of the best researchers in Academy City. So, there you go.
Zywalk, if you really think about this logically, do you really think that Goku could actually like do that? First of all, like, he doesn't even know what a vector is, so like he's just dumb, bro. Goku can't even like begin to fathom a concept like pulling back his hand at a specific time with all these calculations. There's just no way.
Wait, is that what he was? Oh, I thought he was just saying that because you guys were talking about Mikoto copying her moves that she does from other people. I thought that's what they were referring to.
Oh,
not
right.
like, not like Goku can copy someone's power.
Yeah. Even if Goku did like somehow manage to copy a punch from a dude he's never seen before, even then it wouldn't work on Accelerator.
Oh, okay. He's talking about
he's talking about the Mikoto thing. Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I remember when I was talking about that Goku thing from earlier, so I didn't know if that was a reference to that.
I'm specifically talking about Mikoto taking her personality traits rather than like her ideas for her abilities. Like like her personality is just a straight up copy of the one girl, the Gyaru girl.
Okay. Gyaru. Need more of them in animes. That's all I'm saying. Shit, I'm fucking weird.
Oh. And we got another
super chat from Jay Takashi.
Thanks again.
What two abilities would you fuse in Index? Me, I would combine Accelerator and Gunher powers to explosive results. That would be pretty OP, actually. Like, imagine Accelerator with guts.
Yeah, Accelerator didn't have
like,
guts.
That'd be ridiculous. Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, especially with like the potential both Accelerator and Gunha has. Like, sorry, by the way.
I think you could somewhat recreate Gunha's ability using Accelerator's ability, just like, compression of air and to do whatever with vectors. I mean, he punches forward, adjusts the vectors of the air around his fists and sends them flying forward, and domino effect into a massive hit. Like, it seems like something he could do.
Dude, I'm actually thinking, in my opinion, bro, I would love to see, if it were possible, like a mixture of Accelerator and Misaki's ability. I think the ability to control people's brains and wave functions, or however she does that, is very powerful, because I'm pretty sure you can't really, there's not a vector for mind control. So like, if you understood like a principle of that could be used for so many different things. At least that's how I see it.
I guess it depends on, I mean, there was that thing he did with Last Order where he like manipulated the code for her brain. And
you mean how he controlled her bioelectricity? That's
well, I mean, that's the way Misaki's power works, is she adjusts like the chemicals in the brain. So
I don't know, I was just thinking something like vectorless. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something really
Accelerator's on the verge of multi-skill in reality.
Yeah, it's just something really like absurd.
Bro, imagine like how hard Kakine would cream his pants if he had vector control as well as dark matter.
For abilities though,
like, yes, all the power. Sorry.
Take Fiamma's Holy Right and Almighty Thor, and see. I think something cool could happen there.
Something similar. I was thinking Thor. I was thinking Thor and Accelerator. And then the 10-year-old in me was thinking, what if Toma just had World Rejector and a magic?
Oh yeah. Left hand then right hand.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, that's a great comment. Yeah, thanks for that.
Did you have any fusion, Othinus? Did you, or did you already give one?
Yeah, I was saying Misaki and Accelerator.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It would be cool though if we knew more about Aihana Etsu. I would love to see that with dark matter, or that with vector manipulation, kind of like a reality bending, warping, like scale, but like higher. I don't know what that would be called or what it'd do, but that'd just be kind of cool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think we should get to the general Q&A section. I know we've had some super chats, which is very kind of you all. Thank you very much. But yeah, if you have any general questions, then feel free to drop them in the chat or Twitter or Discord or whatever. And we'll get to as many as we can, but obviously we can't guarantee we will answer them all. So if you'd like to ask me or anyone a question, or anyone in the stream.
Did you see the one we got on Discord?
Yeah, we also got
Mark.
one on Discord early. Of course. But yeah, if we don't, then we will end it whenever. So yeah, we'll go to the one on Discord. Okay.
I've got it open. You want me to just read it out?
Oh yeah, you can do. Yes, it's
All right.
Mark 1246.
Yeah. So Mark1246 says, I'm watching Gindi Tartakovsky's newest show, Primal, creator of Samurai Jack, and the show does a 180 on the premise by introducing Norse, Egyptian, and prehistoric material in season 1. So my question is, what concept or mythology do you guys want to see adapted in Rail decks? And then there's a
We've seen most of
secondary
them.
question after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wonder if he'll ever touch on like Islamic stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Kinda
see it
doubt
because of the.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah.
feel like you could probably do something with like African gods and stuff.
They did a little bit in New Testament 14, I think. It was pretty vague, though.
Yeah, I mean, like just a heavier focus. Like, I'd like to see like a witch doctor type magician or something.
I'm trying to think of what Index hasn't talked about yet.
Scientology.
Oh yeah, we can do the Scientology magicians.
Yes, I want to see that happen. That'd be funny. But yeah, I'm still waiting for the day where like the hardcore like Bible Belt Christians discover Index, and I want to see their reaction to it.
No, we need the Bible Belt Christians to like appear in Index and have like Bible Belt magicians.
Oh mate, imagine if like the Westboro Baptist Church are like magicians in Index. Could you imagine?
They're like draining the gay out of people with magic.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
Clearly, Toma
Kamachi.
needs to make another trip.
Yeah, I don't know, Kamachi. If we go down that rabbit hole, it's up to you.
Did you have any Othinus?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember. Like, I know in NT3 when they went to Hawaii, but like I don't remember if they actually had like any like Hawaiian or Polynesian gods there. Like for me personally, I'm Hawaiian, so I would have loved to see like more religion based on Hawaiian culture. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know how they work that in there, like even more, like a lot more. But like I think that'd be really cool.
Is New Testament 3 one of your favorite volumes?
Oh wait, your
Hawaii,
mic.
by the way.
Actually,
Oh,
no,
what happened?
NT3 isn't one of my favorite.
Oh, it just got really staticky and weird for a second.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
or,
right, my bad.
Aeons
Is it
did.
okay now?
Hey,
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Yeah, NT3 was good. Me personally, I really just like everyone else. NT, 8, 9, 10. I love all those ones. You shocker, right? But yeah, no, I would just really like to see more of like Hawaiian religion, mythology, and some of their gods in like the future. Polynesian gods, I guess you could say. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. There was a secondary part. Quick fire question. If anyone knows Final Fantasy 14 in the podcast, did you guys think the transcendence of the Bridge Builders Cabal are just primal from 14 beings born of prayer and faith? Thank you. So I guess they're asking, do you believe that the transcendents are like created through like a belief system?
I did not play much of
or-
Final Fantasy 14.
I guess like removing the Final Fantasy part, do you think they could have been born through like a collective belief or knowledge of them? Like we, as a collective, humanity has an idea of what Alice is. So could that have sprung Alice into reality?
Yeah, but she uses like magic based off like the Kabbalah and Alistair's like impression of what it would be. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends who it is, like who would be the collective conscience, because only Alistair and like some of the magicians who interpreted Alice in Wonderland in that way would have that. But yeah, I'm really curious about the mystery revolving around the transcendence. Like, I'm really excited to find out like their origin basically, and the link with Alistair and everything. Like that's super interesting to me.
Yeah, I think it's just too early to say for certain. Yeah.
Anyone else want to go at that now?
I just want to see more Radia. That's all I want to see.
Erotica.
That's all I want to see, man.
Okay, let's see where we are. Yeah. Osmosis 453 asks, do you think World War III would have been better if adapted as a movie? Depends how much effort and time.
Multiple movies.
How left a movie?
Yeah, like a trilogy of movies, maybe.
Yeah.
That's sort of like my dream scenario for the Othinus arc, is getting a movie trilogy.
Uncensored. Just gotta say that.
Uncensored, of course.
Uncensored, by the way.
I feel like the movie would have the best likelihood of that, since TV censorship is probably a much heavier. But if it were a trilogy of movies, but as one, it would have just been not enough time.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on. David Jean-Baptiste says, Aeon, you think Terma should hit Fukiyoze back? I mean, he does believe in gender equality, so I don't see any reason why not. But no, I mean, when it comes to like characters, like when it comes to like, I think she has kind of like hit him. When they were like
Tsuchimikado and Aeon were like, "Let us give you a massage," and then they jumped her and headbutted.
And she thought, they were doing, So I feel like most of the, if it's like a serious, like if Fukiyoze is trying to like do some greater good kind of like end goal, kind of like the index villains where her illusion needs breaking, then but when it's like the comedic like classroom shenanigans, then
in the class
he's not going to do it.
I can see her getting involved in a pyramid scheme with all of her TV merchandise that she buys, and
and health products,
gets coerced into like trying to force the world to be a better place by buying health products from TV, as seen on TV.
Yeah, for real. Okay. Fred, I'm not going to pronounce that last name, so I don't want to butcher it. What are your top 5 Toaru waifus?
That's a large pool to choose from.
I mean, it's not that difficult.
I gotta think about this for a second.
In no particular order, Othinus, Shokuho, Itsuwa, that one nun in Agnese's trio, Lucia,
yes, sir.
Those legs.
Man of culture, bro. Man of culture. I like it. I like it.
And for the 5th, that's tough. Depending on where it goes, Aradia could be pretty tempting.
Nah, it's not depending on where it goes. It's just the top 5.
I mean, like already, but I mean, she just has to be not like insane first.
Nah, she's not insane. It's not some like future diary shit. No. It's not something like that. No, I'm right there with you, man. except Itsuwa. I don't really mind her that much.
She's just got housewife energy, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna say, I'm just picking at the top of my head here.
Kuroko.
Kuroko, I shouldn't even have to say that. Kuroko, Shokuho, Salome, maybe. That probably wouldn't end up well. Itsuwa, and there's too many to choose from. I don't know. I like Frenda.
Which half?
All right, now here's the real one, man.
Savage.
Look, man. For me personally, Othinus, obviously. I mean, come on now. Lucia, Aradia, Misaki, and the last one of my personal favorites. I really like Nephthys. Nephthys is really cool.
Yeah, it's good. Good choice.
Yeah. Dark skin, Egyptian beauty. What more
I
can
didn't
you
even
say?
think about half of those when I was thinking. I could
Bro,
have said Nephthys.
bro, I was prepared for this exact question, man.
All right.
No,
Is that your other account? Is Fred Mater your other account?
Yeah, why don't you shut your whore mouth? Nah, man, it's not my own. It's not at all.
Aeon.
Okay, I
Yeah,
guess it's
say
my
it.
turn. Okay, I'll just listen to my I don't know. Is it like favorite female characters or just like, I don't know, something
Your
else?
waifus, if you could marry them
Waifus.
in any particular order.
Well, marrying 2D
And you're not going to
characters
jail
is-
if they're
is
underage.
a 16.
They're
Well,
all
marrying
18.
2D characters.
Oh, 18.
Well, marrying 2D characters is like me during my weeb 16-year-old phase where I had a Hatsune Miku body pillow.
Uh,
And just enter that
Uh,
mindset. Just speak as your 16-year-old self right now.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, if I was 16 right now, I'd say Shokuho.
Maybe.
No. Misaka Worst. Mina Mathers.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's maybe Itsuwa or Kanzaki. Throw them in there. New Testament Mugano. Because
All right.
Oh,
I'm not doing Old Testament Mugano.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
no. She'd be too much of a psycho. But Redeemed Mugano, who's a bit more level-headed, yeah, why not?
A bit.
That'll do. But yeah, Nephthys is also a good shout.
Dude, I kind of wish I had said Nephthys now.
Correct
And
answers
Othinus as
are
well, yeah.
Agnese, Birdway, Lesser,
Bro, this man
Last
name of all the
Order,
laws. You forgot Patricia, dude.
Yeah, both sisters.
Oh my goodness.
What about Toma's cousin?
Why stop there? Ringo, Takatsume, or not Takatsume.
Lilith,
last daughter.
Lilith Crowley.
What his cousin's name
Who's
was?
Freya's fetus.
Phrase. Yes.
Was Freya's fetus even a girl?
Doesn't matter. at this point.
Maybe no one can imagine. Remember,
surprised.
Worst is only like 2 months old, if that. So there you go.
I'm surprised you didn't say
I mean, that's all the
Alexander.
clones. So, if anything, she's probably the oldest of the clones if she has to be the host.
No, wait. You mean Last Order?
Yeah. Right.
No, she's
Um, No,
she's
she
not
was
the
the
oldest.
last one made.
Her designated number's like.
I know it's the
There's
last
20,000,
number,
like-
but like, if she has to act as
Oh.
the host, how were they hosting them all before that?
That is a good point. Was that explained?
I don't
I
think
can't
so.
remember. It's been too long since I've read Old Testament. Forgive me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because like.
I mean, there's nothing that says they actually named them based off the order that they came out of. Like,
Yeah, maybe
Wait,
they,
there's
maybe they
an-
would have produced Last Order later on if it was needed, but while the experiments were going on, she wasn't really needed.
she could have been in some form of stasis, like just put
Yeah,
off to the side. Like, she didn't need to be out and about walking if she's just acting as a server host.
Yeah, I mean, well, all the sisters had like their own designated purpose while they were around to, do the experiments, but when it was cancelled, they were kind of like, we just send them to everywhere in the world to the institutions, and it's like, we don't know what the fuck they'll do there, so we need Last Order out the tube. So I think that might be an explanation, but it probably did get explained, but I just can't remember it.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's been too long since I read OT. I want to reread it. I want to read it next from the beginning, but it's like,
do a
where am I
retrospective
going
of
to
each
find the
book
time for that?
for your YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Then it's just video ideas.
Pretty much. What have we got next? Right. Naruhiko Michiko asks, who is the best trap in Toaru? We got
that's like
Thor, we
three,
got
four?
Anushinka, and we got Seikei.
Do you count
Probably
Thor?
four.
Wait,
Yeah,
who
Thor-
were they
Thor
again?
is 10. I guess Accelerate. Could Accelerate be counted as a trap?
Stop.
No.
No,
Stop.
absolutely not.
Index imagine Toma in a maid outfit once. Is Toma a trap?
Clearly.
No, but Accelerate is described to be androgynous. I can say the word androgynous. Yeah, and Kamachi said that Toma was the only male character to appear in OT8, but that was on purpose for trolling reasons. And it was the same in like the OT afterward.
Makoto too.
Afterward, where he said,
It's a trap.
"Oh yeah, she got mistaken as a boy." So if you like Makoto, you're a gay.
So who is best trap? I guess the one who's a member of Scavengers.
Yeah.
They're the most convincing, I guess.
Let me tell you an answer, man. There is no right answer to this.
Because they're all the best.
No, no, traps are no. Bro, the second this man said trap, I immediately thought of Astolfo. But like, no.
It's not gay if they're cuter than girls.
See, the artist clearly drew a girl.
Oh yeah, all you do for traps is draw a flat-chested girl and then just say they have a penis.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like they're 4 times better.
Jesus.
Well, I guess I'd say Thor. I don't know. Best trap, favorite trap. I don't know. I don't really like the others.
Do you like Anushinka?
Who? Oh, Kanosha. Oh,
what do you mean who? You read
New
Testament 12 recently.
That's Aihan Etsu. That's his name.
Oh, sure.
Sure. I feel weird saying him. Even though I was more convinced that he was a girl than I was Thor.
I remember when I first saw the Thor cover, and I was like, I just like instantly got energies. I was like, that looks like a girl, but something's off.
Something's off. I'm surprised there's not more traps, honestly, in this series. It's like 500 characters.
He started just before traps like took off as popular. Except like it seems like traps are more popular than ever, but they're not put in a lot of series anymore. It feels like for a bit they were like in everything, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared from like light novels and animes.
Probably for the best.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, it's because nobody wanted waifus anymore, and Japan really needs that rate going up for birth. It's like, oh no, everyone's only interested in boys now.
Okay, we'll answer one last question unless we get a super chat. Okay, where is it? Green Gojida asks, here's a scenario for you all. Misaka and Accelerator see each other again. Toma is the middleman, trying to get Misaka not to fight Accelerator. How do you lads think it will go down?
And they saw each other in NT3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Pretty sure. Well, there you go. That's how we go down. New Testament 3.
Yeah.
Go read it.
Yeah, I mean, they were working together, but reluctantly.
Yeah. I think as long as there's
Well-
like, they would just ignore each other. I think, unless forced to interact.
I don't think anything would happen. It's if we're talking like post NT or whatever, nothing would happen. Accelerators changed. I don't see anything bad happening.
Cool. Okay, we are at the end. I want to thank Othinus and, of course, Emerald and Malcolm as well for joining me on the podcast. And make sure you go over to Othinus's channel and hit that subscribe button, and do the same for Emerald, because he also makes Toaru content. And Malcolm, well, when Malcolm uploads a video, you can subscribe to him, I guess.
I promise. It's like it's edited, some sort of. Like the things have happened with it. It's just.
Oh, sure.
I'm addicted to video games, guys.
Understandable.
But yeah, the links are all in the description. Links to their channels and social media are already there. And the VOD of this video will be uploaded to my second channel, Aeon of Osiris, which is also in the description, and it's also on the more channels list or whatever it's called on my channel page. You should be able to see it there. So go subscribe to that if you haven't already. But yeah, thank you for joining me, lads. It's been a pleasure. Would you like to say any last words?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. And stuff to this beautiful man and this other beautiful man and this other nerd who prefers playing video games over uploading to all the content.
That's
yeah.
Wow.
You said it yourself, buddy.
Well, thank you. Oh, we got another super chat from Ben Misaka. See you guys next podcast. Yes.
Yes, sir.
We will.
Thanks
let
for
you know
always
when that
stopping
happens.
by.
Yeah, thanks very much. It'll probably be a GT7 one, since, well, next month, definitely. We'll do one once it's fully translated. Not sure if we'll be able to squeeze one in before then. I'll have to think about it. I'll need a good idea, of course, as always. But I'll try and think of something, as always, yeah. Cool. Is everything good to go? Yeah.
Yeah, long live traps. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
And Index is multiversal, and Biagio solos everyone in fiction, including Goku. All right. On that note, see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.